Greetings and welcome to this edition of Practical Assertion. As our country recognizes the month of February as African American History Month, I have decided to use the remaining weeks in this month to highlight the contributions of our people to society and to our country. I want to use this segment to reflect on the speech that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave entitled, "I Have a Dream." But before I get into the particulars of the speech, allow me a few minutes to explore what a dream is, and you will hopefully make the connection a little later. When you think of a dream, what comes to mind? For me, a dream has at least two connotations. The first is obviously the experience that we've all had where, while asleep, our subconscious mind explores abstract but many times concrete situations that may or may not make sense upon awakening and are many times forgotten. This happens because though we are asleep, our brain is still very much active. Those pleasant experiences while asleep we refer to as dreams, and the troubling encounters we refer to as nightmares. The other definition of a dream occurs when we are wide awake and we begin to investigate the possibilities of what could and should be. It is this latter description that I believe was the inspiration for Dr. King's speech. This dream of his was not some unconscious experience while he was asleep, but a very soul-stirring hope as he surveyed the possibilities for our nation. I would like to encourage you to go out to the website shown on your screen and both listen to and follow the narrative presented there. So, as we consider again the definition of a dream, let me ask you, how do you feel about Dr. King's dream? In asking this question, what I am really seeking to understand can be clarified with another question, and that is, has the dream become a nightmare? As I think about the current condition of race relations in our great country, I truly believe that our country took several steps backward when the unthinkable for them became a reality when Barack Obama was elected president and was again heightened when he was re-elected. As I consider the recent current events, the police shootings in many cities around the country, I am reminded from listening to Dr. King's speech that was one of the things that he dreamed would not exist one day. Here is the real reason that I believe that the dream has become a nightmare. When I listen to the news about the situation in St. Louis and realize that African Americans are so poorly represented both in the police department and the local and state government there, I ask the question, how could this be? Did we apply for the positions within the police department? Did we run for office in both the local and state races? I remember the interview on CNN with a female reporter for CNN who said that she grew up in that area and recalled as a child her parents warning them of the police. That was the situation when she was a child, and she is now an adult. And yet nothing changed? Where were we when openings and elections presented and were held? Evidence that the dream has become a nightmare is also seen when, as a result of the aforementioned killings, spurred on the Black Lives Matter movement, and yet our people murder countless African Americans, we ourselves, night after night, day after day. Do Black Lives matter only when whites do the killing? The dream has become a nightmare. I am concerned that the dream has become a nightmare as I look around at my people in different areas. I have 3 children in college currently and have attended 2 of their freshman orientation events and also attended 2 more of my children's orientations, making a total of 4. And it concerns me that of the 3 predominant ethnicities, Anglo, Black, and Hispanic/Latino, we were poorly represented there. Why, my people, after many died and fought to remove segregation barriers, are we not showing up in droves? Likewise, there was a time when our people were well represented in landscaping and yard work area, but are rarely seen nowadays, and yet we say there are no jobs. We were at one time dominant in the fast food industry, but now we are rarely present and again complain that we can't find work. On far too many street corners are found African American males content with doing nothing, but just around the corner on parking lots, eager Hispanic Latinos await contractors in need of temporary laborers. Yes, I'm afraid that the dream has become a nightmare. these same trifling, lazy, shiftless African American males will find solace, comfort, and help from some female who supports this grown, non-working, disrespectful individual who, in many cases, is with her because some other female finally had enough and realized that her dream had become a nightmare. Well, I have ranted long enough, but I don't apologize at all. I think it's time that we reconnect with the inspiration from the speech and the dream that was the birthplace of Black Pride. What do you think? Are you living the dream or are you contributing to the nightmare? Please let me know what you think. Comment on our blog page at www.asert-usa.com/blog or on Facebook. Email me directly at james.bradley@assert-usa.com. Share this video to everyone you know who has like concerns. And before I close, let me acknowledge and say thank you to all of you, my brothers and sisters, who are keeping the dream alive and doing your part to contribute to our society. I'll talk about those in the coming weeks. See you then. Take care.